Hello, friends. Jim, where are you?
Hello, friends. How are you? And my Dan Nantz. Good morning.
Where are you right now?
I am sitting right here where we have had breakfast a couple of years in a row, all of us, right here on my front terrace, Pebble Beach.
Is that the lanai? The terrace?
I've never called it that, but yes, that is it.
Man, that's not a bad place to just sit and watch the world go by, Jim.
Well, the world just went by, and I'm looking out over Pebble Beach golf links and just thinking of what a magical week it was. We wake up to another gray, overcast, gloomy sky. We had bright sunshine early in the week, but the tournament was played in almost the exact same conditions all 4 days, and it was exciting. I've been waiting 7 years for this event to get here and wondered often what it would be like to have a major championship here at home, and it was a great ride.
When you first heard from Joe Buck, what did you think?
I was actually out to dinner. I had no idea. Now, he and Paul said on the air, "We know you're listening," but put this in the shameless name-dropping category. I was out to dinner with my wife and Jack and Barbara Nicholas, so I was not listening at that time. And I came back, and I didn't take my phone with me. No phones allowed at the place where we were dining. But I came back, and of course, everyone that I knew in my sphere was, "Hey, are you going to show up? Are you going to do this?" Well, of course I'll do it. It was a nice invitation, and I had a few commitments on Friday, and spoke to Mark Loomis, the great producer for Fox, and I just thought that Saturday would be better, and so did Loomy, and away we go.
It'd be difficult, though, I think, if it's that close, but it's not your event, but it's your home course, and you live not very far from the course itself. It feels like you'd almost be wanting to do other things, so you're not thinking about that. At least that would be my feeling. How did you feel about that, being so close, but yet it was so far away?
I kept myself busy. Believe me, I've never had a busier week in my life doing all sorts of things, but it was really fun going on with Joe and Paul and the Fox team. They could not have been nicer, and it really was not that complicated. I just came down to visit with them, and we spoke for about 10 minutes, had shared a few laughs, and then the rest of the weekend, when I wasn't obligated to do something, I was sitting back and enjoying their coverage.
What did you think of Gary Woodland's performance?
It was, I think a lot of us are thrilled for Gary because he's one of the truly great guys out here on the tour. He's got a big game. He's always been known as a guy that can just bomb it and hit it forever. But what he won this with really was just a fantastic short game. Some of the things that he did, like the pitch shot on the 71st hole yesterday, that'll probably be the defining shot. His up and down the previous day on the 12th hole when he chipped in for a saving par on Saturday. I mean, there was some highlight reel material for him that were beyond belief. What he reminds me of, though, Dan, he reminds me of Brooks Koepka.
Yeah,
the same kind of game, same kind of swagger. He's just a 6-year-older version of Koepka. The Superman kind of qualities, big, strong, fearless, and they look like they could be related, really.
Yeah, we were wondering that, too. If they had played in the final twosome, it might have been hard to differentiate between the two because they're built similarly and they got power games there. They're really nonplussed, very little emotion out of either of those guys. I was watching the Golf Channel when they sat down and did an interview with him, and Koepka's like, hey, I think Rich Lerner called him the Punisher. Like, he just is one of those guys when he shows up and you're like, oh my God. We used to do that with Tiger, but it's different with Koepka because he just comes to town and everybody just sort of hides. It's like a Western. He comes into town and like Clint Eastwood's here.
Here comes the gunslinger. Yeah, he came to Clint Eastwood's neighborhood too and showed again. Yeah. Koepka and Woodland. What's winning these days in golf, but you can't minimize what Brooks has accomplished again. He shot 68. He becomes the first player in U.S. Open history to shoot 4 rounds in the 60s and not win. So now his last 9 majors, he's got 4 firsts and 2 seconds, 6 top 2 finishes, in his last 9 majors. I mean, he did pretty much all he could do, and Woodland never wilted.
With that golf course, we talk about knowing what to do at Augusta because it's there every year that you're going to be playing that course. You get to play Pebble every year if you play in the Pro-Am, but just the knowledge of playing at Pebble, how valuable is that when you look at maybe the end result?
I don't know that it is. I mean, I haven't looked it up, but I don't really have a lot of memories of Gary doing anything here at the AT&T. And then you got guys like McIlroy was playing in one of the late groups yesterday, and I know Rory's disappointed that he stumbled out of the gates with a double at 2, but Rory's only been here on a couple of occasions. Koepka hasn't played here every year, so now you would think there's a lot to it that you need to play well here in February, or at least have a lot of experiences to win a U.S. Open. I mean, Tiger has won this event in February and won a U.S. Open in the same year. Jack did it. Jack won 3 times, and one of those years he won was 72 when he won a U.S. Open here. And Phil's won here 5 times, but this was the one I thought that of all the majors since Phil's been going for the career Grand Slam, I really thought this would be the one where he would close it out. And there was just a really bumpy stretch on Saturday at the end. The last 5 or 6 holes for Phil on Saturday pretty much saw him out of it. But no, I don't think that in Gary's case it paid off that much. His game was just so strong in all facets. And, this is such a mental part of it. You touched on it, Dan. I mean, this guy, whatever it was that got him feeling at peace, it's made a big difference. Perhaps it was last year at the PGA at Belle Reeve. He played on Sunday's final round. He was paired with Tiger. So when Tiger shot 64 and tried to chase down Koepka, and Gary got a pretty good taste of what that looks like in the late stages of a major championship. He shot 68. I think that was a growing experience for him. And I think you can't minimize the fact that his wife is at home expecting twins.
Yeah.
You're a dad, I'm a dad, and there's something that just is a great reality check when you're about to become a father again, or a father for the first time, or you've just become a father once again. I've seen with guys like Zach Johnson when he won at the Masters in '07. His wife Kim had just delivered their baby Will. And he played with such peace, holding off the likes of Tiger. And in Gary's case, Gabby, his wife, she had been pregnant with twins 2 years ago and lost one of the twins pretty late in the pregnancy. And they have a beautiful little boy who's turning 2 here in about a week. But, that's a reality check. That puts all this so-called pressure of playing golf in perspective. Your wife's at home. She's not able to travel to watch you try to win a U.S. Open. Hey, I'm just trying to win a golf tournament, albeit it's a national Open. But my wife's at home. We've been down this road before, and you've faced some personal tragedy, and it's totally, I believe, factors into what a mindset might be for a guy to perform like he did on Sunday here at Pebble Beach.
All right, now the real reason that we're having you on. Yesterday you had, or Saturday you had 3 collars. You realize that you went 3 collars with your shirts.
Well, I didn't think of it until now. I was just trying to stay warm.
Yep. Well, we noticed
walking around in the gallery. It was freezing out there. And when you hit that little stretch, the triangle of 6, 7, and 8. I mean, they may say it's 60. It felt like it was about 40. So it was just a matter of trying to stay warm. I had on a polo. I had on a half zip. Yes, the Jim Nantz by Vineyard Vines Pescadero. That was the main layer.
Hello, friends.
Shameless plug there. And then I had a performance vest on. Just a matter of staying warm. It still wasn't enough.
Have you ever gone 4 collars, Jim?
No, that was, I've done the 3. You have to out here sometime. You want to live here, Dan, and we've talked about it before. You need to spend more time here. We got to get you into the triple collar look. Did I pull it off? That's the question.
Oh, yeah. And the last time I saw you go 3 collars, I think it was the AFC title game, Chiefs and the Patriots. Like you had a sweater under your sport coat, Chiefs, Patriots?
Yes, I did. Now that you mentioned it, I could remember. But, yeah, wasn't it like 15 degrees at night that night? at Arrowhead?
Yeah.
I mean, it was cold. I know that.
Yeah, Paulie actually monitors this stuff. He was so excited when, I said, we got Nantz on today. He goes, oh, my God, I'm so excited. I got to ask him about his 3 collars. And I go, that's what you want to know? And Paulie goes, yeah.
Wow.
So,
hey, think about it. Is that too much to wear? I mean, I could have come in with a parka. I don't know.
No. I don't know if you can be too awesome, Jim. So I think that...
was it awesome? You're saying it's awesome?
Yeah, you pulled it off. Now, could I do it? Probably not.
I think when you were in Pebble back in February, and we had our annual little contest in the back, didn't you maybe have on 3 collars? I'm thinking maybe you did.
No, I took the collar. I went over on the par 3. That was the only collar I had, Jim.
I've got to check that videotape.
Yeah.
I thought there might be.
You know what we're going to do? We're going to do 3 collar Tuesday in honor of you. When's your birthday?
I just had it. I had it back in May. Yeah.
Oh, damn. Okay. The next time we get to Pebble.
You see, the key when you're going to. Yeah.
We're doing 3 collar day.
Yeah.
A tribute to you.
When we do, because it's still going to be, even then, our weather's pretty much the same year round.
Yeah.
We'll have a 3 collar Friday. And we'll come up to the back and let McLovin defend his title back here in the backyard, where we had, by the way, 3 holes in 1 over the last 2 weeks as part of the Open. One you no doubt saw was Phil's.
Yeah.
During his preparation the Tuesday before, the week before the U.S. Open. And then on the eve of this championship, Brant and Mandy Snedeker with their children came up to the house, and Brant, who was the first to ever make it, he was the first hole-in-one artist back in 2015 on the Sunday, the day that he won the AT&T. Shot 65, and then he had a walk-off hole-in-one in my backyard, the first to ever make it. He became now the first to ever make it twice.
Wow.
Is on the eve of this tournament. He came to the house for dinner. We went on into the back. It was the first nighttime lighted hole-in-one we've ever had back there. And now his name, we'll have to kind of change out his plaque. And then on Friday night, down in the dumps, disgusted after making a quadruple bogey, 8 at the 3rd hole, missing the cut. And before he takes a flight back to London to be with his family, Ian James Poulter knocked it in for a hole-in-one. So someone asked me, though, one of the players, I have a lot of players up here giving it a go, and one of them, will go unnamed, actually shanked it off my garage and said, has anyone ever made a hole-in-one shanking it off the house? And I said, well, no, but we've come close. I said, my guy McLovin up at the NX.
Hey, it still counts, Jim.
Yeah, it still counted. McLovin won.
You want to contest? Yeah, he hit the house, and it somehow bounced through the bunker and settled about 3 feet away from the cup.
Yeah, and it's called a McLovin. Yes, McLovin.
So Dan wants me to bring the trophy in.
Give that its own name.
Yes.
Dan wants me to bring the trophy in, but I'm keeping it at home and not giving it to the Hall of Fame, by the way.
Hey, Jim, it's great to catch up with you. And safe travels. We'll check in with you soon. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. All the best, everybody. See you soon.
That's Jim Nantz.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune into Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV. Stream for free on BR Live or download the Dan Patrick Show app.